On today's episode, I'm going to talk to the 20-year-olds. Uncle Bobby and Anna Marie will give you some great advice on how not to waste your money. Please pay attention. Trust me, I've got lots of experience in this field, so does Anna Marie. So take in everything we're about to give you and please apply most of it. Thank you very much, Anna Marie. Let's share some wisdom.
Let's do.
First, money wasting activity that most 20-year-olds, including us, I know I'm definitely part of that crew.
Yes.
So because we've walked down that road and we're on our way back, we want to give you what that road entails so that some of you perhaps don't need to walk it. But partying hard.
Don't stop. I'll never say stop.
Agree.
You need to live your life.
Absolutely.
But
Party like a rock star, but on a budget.
on a budget. That's all I'm asking. I'm not saying stop and don't do it and it's a time waster and a money waster. You have to live your life. So just work out a budget and leave the card at home. Leave it at home. Stop tapping, because the moment you start partying, it's easier. Then tomorrow morning it's like, oosh,
Yeah,
and
no,
it's gone.
I remember a very good friend of mine. I'm not going to call him out, but entering the club, I know how much money he had on him. He had a lot of money, and it wasn't even late. He says, "My friend, can you give me some bucks? I want to buy girls some drinks."
Oh my!
I said, "Where's the money?" He said, "Look, you bought all the girls drinks. What's going on? You spent all his money and spent all my money buying girls drinks."
But it's cheaper for girls. I actually asked the question in my
Life
office
is
the other
always
day.
cheaper for girls.
It is. They're not cheap.
No, they're
That's
not.
why.
But it's cheaper for girls.
It's much cheaper for girls. I asked the question the other day in the office. I've got a lot of young girls.
Yes, you
I said,
do.
well, they can get away with 120, 180. I said, gee, but you're lightweight. But it's nowadays you get the double special kind of deal. And that's how they do it. But it doesn't cost them money because the boys buy.
Yeah.
So please stop doing it.
Yes.
Get yourself a wife that can afford to buy her own drinks.
Or do it reasonably.
Yes.
Number 2, expensive dates. Now, fellas, treat your women. Absolutely. Spoil them. But save the very expensive dates for special occasions. Especially in the beginning, because coming from a very experienced, seasoned person, I've been on many dates with many girls. If you perceive a certain image right from the beginning, that's going to be an expectation right throughout the relationship. So if that's not who you are, if you're the guy that goes and has all these expensive dinners at expensive restaurants, and that's your thing, by all means. But if it's not a normal occurrence, it's an every now and then occurrence, you're going to perceive an image that will eventually, whether it's 2 weeks or 2 months or 2 years down the road, eventually bite you a little bit. So treat your women right, make sure that they're always comfortable in a safe place, but leave the expensive dates to the special occasions. Do you agree?
100%. Because those are the guys I don't want to get married to.
Absolutely. The cheese boys.
Never. I'm going to go out, I'm going to have beautiful food, I'm going to enjoy my evening, but bottom line is he's a big spender, and that's how we see it.
Yes.
It's a big spender. What about budget? What about saving? Yes, we need to do it. I love to do it once a month to a very special dinner, a night out on the town. But eventually, what about my budget?
Now, new cars in your 20s.
Most 20 years walk in, and we all know it. We see it on a daily basis.
They want a Verpa.
The fastest, most expensive. They don't think about the consequences. They end up selling 2 years down the line, can't get out of the vehicle. It's just too expensive. Start off small.
So people don't buy a price or an interest rate. People buy an installment. The moment there's an interest rate hike, the installment goes up. Now, if petrol goes up a couple of cents, it costs you 30 Rand a tank more. 2, 3, 4 times a month that you fill up your tank. Let's say it costs you 120 Rand a tank more. If the interest rate goes up on your 5,000 Rand car, you're paying 600, 700 Rand more. It affects you very drastically. Pay attention.
especially on the end of the term.
Absolutely.
It costs you a lot of money.
Absolutely.
And the thing is, insurance goes up yearly. And that is the part they forget. So they will always bargain on insurance. And okay, I'm fine with the payment, that I'm good with. But insurance, yes, I can afford this. But within your first 10 months, 12 months, it goes up. And that goes up quite hefty. And that will go up yearly. So without even an interest rate hike or anything.
Insurance
and
goes
if
up,
something,
which I'm in a disagreement because it should go down because the car devalues.
yes,
but
it
anyway,
devalues, but parts are more expensive.
yeah,
And that's
on
the
an older
reason why.
vehicle.
Yes.
That's true. Number 4, poor credit. Now, if you go and mess it up in your 20s, you're going to be at a massive disadvantage in your 30s because you'll have to wait until your late 30s or early 40s before you can make commitments like owning a property or really looking into investing. So don't screw it up in your 20s. Make sure that every single piece of debt that you go and sign for, co-sign for, or go into is well thought and has been bounced with an expert. So somebody, not a person that's blacklisted on ITC and can't pay their stuff. You need to have moral authority from somebody that looks after their accounts well. They've got a great credit record. Counsel with those people. And those are normally not your mates in your 20s because they'll give you the very wrong decision.
No.
Why are you worried about something like that now? Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, end up in trouble.
No, never do that. Keep an Excel spreadsheet. It's the easiest way. And pay those bills
On time.
3 days before the payment date.
So payment date is not on time. 3 days before is on time.
3 days because the money need to clear in their account.
Absolutely. Your favorite, if you don't have a budget. You're always talking about budgets, especially to your girls.
The sooner I can get them to start working on a budget, you can remember many years ago, you earned your salary and you had little envelopes for all the bills you need to pay and your petrol money. Nowadays it doesn't work like that.
I had
and that
one
was
envelope, a parting envelope,
No.
which wasn't a good one.
No, it's not a good one. But that was the way it used to work years ago. And it worked well because this is for whatever I need to do. So this is partying, this is my petrol allowance, this was for whatever bills, this is for food, and it worked well. But nowadays we don't walk around with cash anymore.
No,
you don't.
everything is
So
tap.
it's tap. And the people tend to not look. So you need to allow yourself. So either get yourself additional savings account and that is your normal expenses, daily run around,
Yes.
the shop,
Food, all this
those
type
kind of
stuff.
things. And the partying, so keep it separate. And your main account, that is for your debit orders going down, because then beginning of the month, you clear
Boom,
about
sorted.
it. I'm sorted. This is my money for my normal groceries. This is my money for my fuel even. But get the money for your daily trips and having a cold drink and a coffee somewhere. Get that out of your account. It's the easiest and the best advice I can give you.
Beautiful.
But you need to type it out. You need to get it onto some other spreadsheet so that you can work on information after a couple of years.
So main message, spend smart. Thank you very much. Hope this episode added value into your lives from these veterans in all these mistakes that have been made. Hopefully you don't need to make most of them. Hopefully you don't need to make all of them. But if you enjoyed this episode, if it added value, please leave a comment. Also do hit the like button
and subscribe to our channel and ring the bell.
Thank you very much. Take care. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.